Ladies and gentlemen, all rise for the RankKing's court. What the fuck is up? Welcome to my freaking courtroom, bitches.
Hey, wait, you're not Austin.
I'm not Austin.
He's related, though.
What's up, Foreigner? It's good to see royalty in the chat. You know what? Tonight, we're all kings.
Yes.
Tonight,
This feels
we're
good.
All kings.
This
Greg,
feels good. Ah,
hit the gavel.
I
Wow, that
can't-
looks funny for my arm. Vo,
aggressive.
hit the gavel, Vo.
You deserve it.
Over.
Here,
This is for Austin.
just make it feel
This one's
good.
for Austin.
Make it feel good.
Ah!
This feels so good.
Take that, Austin.
You know what, guys? Sometimes as the boss at a company, you have to do things you don't like to do. Austin has been suspended for leaving. This is the third time. Third time,
Third time
guys.
he's suspended.
I feel like you do like it, though.
So, oh, I love it.
Yeah.
So, Tom Collins, Wendy's, and now he left Honey Badger off a list of animals you don't want to fuck with?
It's
right.
What?
I mean, the fact that Chip called him out in the chat for it should have been a red flag from the get-go right there.
Vo, be careful on your audio levels. They're crazy.
And clearly,
Crazy.
Now look on OBS.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
and
Dickhead.
clearly,
All right, Vo's no longer a king tonight, guys, but everyone else is a king.
yeah.
Kings in the chat. Everybody give me a king in the chat. Let's get it. We're going to start off, and I'm going to read it because I'm not above you guys. We're all kings. We're all
Wow.
kings. So I'm
Wow.
going to do the ad read tonight. This kingdom, this brand new kingdom of awesomeness, is live
beautiful.
today
Beautiful.
from the Union Fitness Studios. I've made so many people do this the past 3 weeks because I've just been like, you do.
Yeah. Yeah.
Haven't read it in forever, so I'm excited. Located on the North Shore of Pittsburgh, Union Fitness is more than a traditional gym, guys. It is a kingdom
Damn right.
where you can transform yourself inside and out with a variety of classes based around fitness, yoga, strength, and performance training.
Class is filled with kings.
At Union Fitness, they believe it is their duty to hold themselves and their clients to a kingly standard.
Kingly
They
standard.
practice what they preach and uphold the values that make this kingdom the community that it is. Go to unionfitness.com today and sign up for a consultation. Through Union, there is strength.
And kingdom.
And kings.
And royalty.
And because I'm on, shout out to our newest sponsor, Liquid Death.
Let's go!
Unofficially.
Unofficial. Talking FIPO, what the fuck is up? What's up, Foreigner? All right.
They love to kill your thirst.
Well,
Just saying.
so let's start here. How was last week, boys? I missed a week. We took the week to try some things out. What did I miss?
Boy, did you miss a lot. Let's
It
just.
was a fun episode.
Yeah, it was a fun episode.
episode.
Austin had the idea, the quote-unquote,
Rook?
the quote-unquote rank king, decided to do an episode about animals. Now, animals, as you will,
Haha.
there's a lot of different ways that you could go about this. Obviously, the first one that we'll get into was the top 10 animal sidekicks. Now, this one got a
I
little.
love this energy.
This one I had some issues with. I don't consider Toto
Yeah.
a sidekick.
We didn't like.
So,
we didn't like
Toto
Toto's
doesn't
side.
do
My
anything.
question for him was, it really bothered me. I'm not in the middle of my screen, though.
There's nothing I can do.
You're a
about that.
fucking peasant. That's everyone. Vo's a peasant. 400 Rook.
Peasant.
Typo is a
peasant,
fucking peasant. That's all I got, guys.
peasant.
That's all I got. No, I'm kidding though. I'm fucking with you. You're doing great. I love you.
You're
I
still
didn't
not gonna
think
be in the middle of the screen.
Sid was a sidekick from
See,
Ice Age. I
don't
thought they
know.
were a trio.
They were
And because-
they were collective.
And it's because there were two main. I don't think one of them is considered a side. You know what I mean? Like three main, but like the woolly mammoth, Sabretooth, clearly the main characters.
Yes.
And then the baby. Sid is he's there, but I
He's
wouldn't
a
say it's I don't know, it's weird to me.
sidekick.
But I don't hate Toto as a sidekick. Why didn't you guys like it?
Toto doesn't really add much to the actual story. I mean, yes, aside from the fact that he does pull the curtain.
That's all he does.
But aside
Like,
from
what,
that,
what else
there's
did he do in
nothing.
that?
Yeah.
He barks at the lion.
Oh yeah, that's real sidekick.
More than the rest of them do.
That's true.
He's a dog.
And?
None of the other ones are dogs. They're not gonna bark at people.
Well, whoa. Okay, now you're just disparaging dogs right there, and I will
Yeah.
not stand for that.
What's
So
lower than a pet?
chill. Chill.
You're doing great, King.
Yeah. Looking at some other ones on this list, I thought Sebastian is not the sidekick of the Little Mermaid.
Yeah,
That is
it's
clear.
Flounder.
Flounder is the
Oh,
sidekick.
That's a good one.
Come
Grind.
on, like that's just kind of clearly obvious right there. Hedwig, I thought was a little too high. I understand that he gets points.
He likes Hedwig.
He gets points because of the fact that he did sacrifice his life, but
Who the fuck else on here sacrificed their life?
I'm sorry, but
What?
Donkey.
He
kinda
He
did.
just flew. He didn't die.
Donkey flew.
Yeah.
Abu has rescued Aladdin
Does
from
have
some
wings.
nefarious
Ooh.
situations. Just saying.
Foe does not know that Donkey flew in the first Shrek.
You didn't know that?
I'm a flying donkey now.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Idiot.
It's been a while.
No, I would say Flounder over Sebastian for that one.
Yeah.
Did you guys bring up any that were missed in here? Does Goddard count as an animal?
That's tricky. I don't know if I'd go that route. Now we're getting into like some weird grainy stuff right there. He has animalistic traits,
What up, Walla?
but he's a machine. So I don't know if that I don't know if that works out well.
Well, I personally want to. We're on to Cincinnati. I want to look into the future. Donkey took a huge risk to tame a dragon. Fair. Miss Morgan Reese says hi. Hello. I do
Hello.
want to say, arguably one of the greatest lip syncs of an emo song in Snapchat form I've ever gotten. Miss
Was-
Morgan Marie.
Which one was it? Because I actually have
When
not
she was
seen.
singing emo
Oh yeah.
in your living
yeah.
room.
Jesus, do you
Okay.
not pay attention to what
I'm-
your girlfriend
I'm
does? Come
trying
on,
to-
man.
I'm trying to
Try
what?
to keep up here.
Jesus
We're
Christ.
all over the place right now. That she did nail that one though.
He's got a girlfriend. He's trying to produce a
what
show.
the
I
fuck?
feel like he's got too much. He's got too
This
much
is
on his plate
literally
right
my
now.
day. Can you not
Yeah.
fuck this up?
He's got too much on his plate right now.
Vo, let's dive into tonight, buddy.
All right.
Guys, I got a special show. I didn't even announce it. Does he normally announce the theme before we go into this one?
You want to do it now?
Guys, the theme tonight is a treat for everybody. We were doing Adam motherfucking Sandler, baby. All the time. Wow, Ryan's a brat. It was The Used. Oh, The Used is fire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why don't you remember that, you brat? I hate you.
Focus on the show here.
You focus
Whoa.
on the show.
Do not tell the star what to do. Calm down.
Nailed that one.
Jesus.
Guys, tonight we're doing Adam Sandler for two reasons. One, duh. Two, because I get a lot of flack for saying that I love. What up, Ping? I love Hubie Halloween. Nobody's with me on it.
It's
Guys.
been a recurring thing.
The
on
first
anything we do.
I got you, Morgan. The first ranking tonight is the top 5 reasons to watch Hubie Halloween. I promise this whole show is not Hubie Halloween based. This is the only true, real Hubie Halloween ranking. But I want you guys to get excited with me as I walk you through the movie that I've watched over 100 times.
Full disclosure, I have not watched this yet, and the reason
And how many times have you watched it, Bo?
I have not.
I watched it once.
Okay, so we
I
have
did watch it once.
me.
How
and
many
then
times
you-
have you watched it?
Netflix and versus the actual amount has been so skewed. We actually don't even know
So
anymore.
I looked up, but for Netflix's records of download history, I think you have to watch it from beginning to end. And I fall asleep watching it, my laptop dies, whatever. It only showed us one time, which is so false.
yeah,
Like,
I call
that's
bullshit on
definitely
that.
not right.
There's some bullshit
the
on
amount
that
of
one.
Snapchats and Instagram stories
Yeah.
I posted about it is
Yeah.
just truly false. I only heard good things about it. Still haven't watched it, though. I haven't seen it yet, but I have a few co-contractors that love it. So, guys, hear me out. Hubie Halloween is getting a lot of shit towards it. It's getting a lot of bad media coverage. And you know what I do? I just want to bring up 1 second. This is how the show should flow. We never get into the radical ranking with Austin until like 6:58. This is how you do a show.
Austin's very big on recapping. He likes to bring
Yeah.
people.
True. I
into,
guess
like,
it wasn't me last week.
Yeah,
So.
so it's understandable. Although
Um,
we'll make sure that we'll do a quick recap
And
of this
it
next
was about the draft last week to start the show.
Oh, I would
So
have
he was-
definitely spent
yeah.
6
week. Yeah,
hours.
we would have spent the entire show on that. Yeah.
So, guys, let's dive into it. Here are the top 5 reasons that you should go home. I know most of you are home after Rankings Court and watch Should Be Halloween. Number 5, everybody loves Halloween. You can't convince me that the past couple weeks with windows open, you haven't thought about it being Halloween.
That guy doesn't like Halloween.
Yes, he does. He
I
just
don't
won't
think
say it out loud.
I don't know about that.
I know why he doesn't. He's a scared little boy.
Scared little boy.
I
Scared
am.
little boy.
I am.
Guys, so with the weather recently, also oh, well, Austin has good impersonation. Yeah, guys, I guess if you donate the karaoke bits, I have to do the impersonations, Austin said, which I think carries out. So if you
Yeah.
donate the karaoke bits and pick an impersonation, I have to do it. Everyone loves Halloween. The past couple weeks have been so cold and windy and rainy. I'm feeling like it's October. I
I-
understand it's about to be
I
summer.
do enjoy the
Yeah.
weather. I will give you that.
But I think that Halloween movies in the theme of like all holiday movies are just way better than everything else. I mean, obviously the big one's Christmas, but like Christmas movies and Hallmark and everything are so watered down and so kind of cliche. Halloween movies always have good storylines, a little bit of fear, a little bit of comedy. Everyone loves Halloween, even Greg.
And that basically has everything in UB Halloween, which you just described pretty much, I'm assuming. Ah, okay. Now I get the correlation right
Which is
there.
why it's perfect.
All right. Is it the perfect Halloween
yeah.
movie?
So I will get into a couple things coming up of why I think, and once we get through like this, I want to talk about there's a couple other things obviously, but I believe it has everything other than, I don't believe that there's anybody being gutted that a traditional Halloween movie should have. Nobody gets stabbed in the neck with a knife,
Okay.
basically.
All right.
It's not a slasher, but it's just a great Halloween movie.
It's a great comedy, Halloween comedy.
Great Halloween movie.
Yeah.
Hubie from Hubie Halloween. That was But you're Veronica Quinta. You're most funny, most popular, most attractive.
Oh my God.
He screams a lot. Okay, I love that tie. I'll try to sprinkle some in here, but let's move on to number 4. Number 4 is the real reason that everyone hates it. It is so bad it's good. What I mean by that is think about most Adam Sandler movies that have come out recently. Like really, like the Netflix series stuff, all funny, all comedy ones. It really isn't meant to be this majestic cinematic adventure, but what it is it is so like humorous and so over the top, especially there's cameos in it that I don't want to ruin, but based on the track record of Adam Sandler movies, you would know who's going to be in it. Like you have an assumption.
No,
of who's
there's
gonna
like
be
there's
in
like
it.
a recurring thing that you see from all
Yeah.
of them. Yeah.
There is one scene with a guy that just started becoming a member of the Adam Sandler movies. I don't want to name the ones he's in because that would be very clear. He has a cameo in it in a scene that is kind of a big reveal, I would say. And it is just such a terrible screen time, but it is written so perfectly that it's hilarious. Like it is like Grown Ups 2 for me, where Grown Ups 2 is just a weirdly bad movie, but the writing in it and the comedic timing and everything
Yeah.
makes it a great movie.
I'm trying to think if there's like any other movies off the top of my head that fit that category of just being so bad that it's so good.
And it's
like
And
I
that's-
love
and
it.
that's-
it's
a
corny,
real-
corny movie basically.
Yes.
Corny Halloween.
Yes.
And that is a real thing, by the way. There are movies out there that are horrible, but because they're how bad they are, they're great.
Yeah.
Now, when I say it's so bad it's good, we're not talking like Trolls 2. We're not talking Rubber. We're not talking The Room, like where it's like so that bad. This one is so bad it's good in terms of like it's a really cute. If you're a fan of Adam Sandler and his cast and his crew and his humor,
Yeah.
you should adore this movie.
Oh, for sure.
Okay.
yeah.
Let's stroll into number 3, which I honestly think is the strongest reason anybody should watch it. But it's not 1 or 2 because I think 1 and 2 just make more sense. Number 3 is the cast. So I did leave out the big reveal person, but you have Ben Stiller reworking his character from Happy Gilmore.
Oh my God.
You have, I can't think of her name right now, but the main female in Happy Gilmore that takes him around the PGA Tour is the mother that he falls in love with in this
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
Can you pull up the actress' name on that vote? I'm so
Yeah.
sorry about that. And then he casts his kid as her daughters. So
Oh, that's cool.
Adam Sandler, and we'll talk about this all later when we get to another ranking. Adam Sandler is notorious for casting his family in movies. He has 2 daughters and his wife. And if you've seen his wife, Julie Bowen, thank you.
Oh, the
you ever
woman
read
from
Venet?
Modern Family. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, wow. I didn't realize that was her.
Yeah.
Modern Family.
So he does an amazing job of picking the right cast, but then you get Kevin James, you get obviously Rob Schneider. You don't get David Spade in this one. You get Steve Buscemi. Trying to think. You get
Chris Rock.
Not Chris Rock. Who's the? Is it Maya from SNL?
Maya Rudolph.
Maya Rudolph.
Yeah. Okay.
And I forget the other dude's name, but he's in a ton of Adam Sandler movies.
Is
And
Shaq in it? In this one? Is that?
so I
spoiler?
did a really good job of not naming the largest cameo in this movie.
Literally, legit largest.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay. So then pulling back to It's So Bad It's Good, there is a scene where you figure out which character is Shaquille O'Neal. And it doesn't fit at all, but it's amazing. Shaquille O'Neal is in the movie, confirmed. Thanks, Vo.
You're welcome.
I like how you've watched it and you're asking me if he's in it.
But
I watched it around Halloween time. It's been a while.
to be fair, Shaq
long
has
time.
become like a new
That's what I'm saying, like
recurring
the
thing for him.
newest
Yeah.
person with it. I can't think of the other dude's name. And then they obviously have the kid from Stranger Things, who is the brother of Adam Sandler's children. Yeah, if you just pull up the whole cast, we can
That's
toss
what I was
them out.
gonna
I
do.
should have looked that up, but did it after draft day last night. Brett Kirchner in it. Which one?
Bert Kirchner.
Is it Bert? No, Brett.
Cameron Boyd?
Let's see. Brett
Caitlin
Kirchner, I don't believe is in it. This pulled up a gym design accountant. Yeah,
Oh,
Kenan Thompson's in
Kenan
it.
Thompson.
Rated-
Tim Meadows, that's who I was
Ray
thinking.
Liotta's
okay.
in it. Jeez.
Mikey Day.
Okay.
Mikey Day's
Mikey
in it.
Day's in it. He's so funny for no reason.
Dan Patrick.
Dan
Colin Quinn.
Patrick is becoming another guy from like
Yes.
a lot of their movies.
Dan
Okay.
Patrick's amazing in all those movies. Colin Quinn, who's in all of his movies. Blake Clark, who's in all of his movies. I forgot. Oh yeah, Melissa Villaseñor from SNL is in it for a very short amount of time.
Michael Chiklis is in it.
It's Ray Liotta is probably one of the funniest. And then there's Jackie Sandler, who is his wife in real life, who is a
okay.
newscaster in it. And it's funny because all 3 newscasters dress up like Harley Quinn.
Yeah.
And it's like it's such a tongue-in-cheek play on everything. I was wondering because he did a lot of writing with Adam Sandler. Brett Kirchner might have been, but we didn't see him on that list, Rook. So we'll take a look into it. Yeah, see if Karen Brar, I think is how you pronounce it. He's amazing in this movie. And then I honestly think the best thing is Ben Stiller. I mean, he's only in the beginning of it. It's not this crazy
Yeah,
thing,
that
but he
dude's in it.
reprises his role with grandma's fingers and all that stuff, and it's just amazing. So,
Jesus.
let's go to number 2, and I think that this is my favorite thing to tell people. It is a very original Halloween concept.
Mm-hmm.
You're
gonna say it first?
It is a
very
very
original Halloween concept. He just
See,
said.
I miss Austin.
Jesus
I
Christ.
miss Austin. He could produce. So it's a very original Halloween concept. What I mean by that is there's a lot of whodunits. There's a lot of confusion when it comes to the actual main antagonist. And I really, really do enjoy the way they incorporated a lot of storylines into one storyline that keeps you kind of guessing. And that's why I really do enjoy some of the later Adam Sandler movies, which we'll get to some of them later. It's very much cute written, it's tongue-in-cheek written, but it's correctly done. The scripts are very strong, and the concept is amazing.
So at the end of the day, is it mostly just it's more murder mystery than it is anything else? Like kind of like the gist of it, pretty much.
So yeah, it a little bit of murder mystery in terms of like the whodunit type stuff. It just very much feels, and Josh said this, it feels like an old Adam Sandler movie. Like
Okay.
it feels like it's back in the day, and obviously he speaks like Bobby Boucher. And like he has that same tongue of like the Billy Madison end, and
Yeah.
it's a really, really, really like nice, wholesome movie that has a really good concept. There's some parts that are really weird. He carries around the soup container that is like a utility knife and uses it all the time, which I don't know why the shit that is part of it, but I love it. But there's just so many little things you pick up on. They go into a haunted house. They go to the drive-in theater. They go to the high school dance. They go to a coffee shop. Like all these things that you would go to in a small town of Salem during Halloween. But then they tie in a story about witches. They tie in a story about werewolves. All these concepts. And it's really, really well done. Any questions on that one?
No,
Okay.
I'm good.
And
Okay.
the number one reason that you should go home tonight and watch Hubie Halloween is it's Adam Sandler. You know you're going to watch it. I've watched like I think the only Adam Sandler movies I really haven't seen is I didn't see what was the one that Tim Smega said it on the Adam Sandler movie draft. I think it was called Airheads or something like that with Brendan Fraser. I have not seen
I
that
never
one, so
heard of that
apologize
one.
to Poop Soup. And I have not seen. We talked about Sandy Wexler.
Yeah.
But all of his Netflix
Oh, yeah, I haven't seen
movies,
that either.
like The Do-Over's amazing, Murder Mystery's amazing. But then going through his movies, I mean, it's Adam Sandler.
Mhm.
He's never. I mean, he probably shouldn't have made Jack and Jill. But every other movie he's
You
ever
think?
made, it's kind of like Ryan Reynolds' Green Lantern. Like everything else
Yeah.
is spotless
Yeah.
except for
You
Jack and
can't
Jill.
win them all.
Ryan Reynolds
There's
did me
always-
as well on
Uncut
that
Gems
one,
was
though,
crazy.
so,
Yeah.
yeah.
So it's one of those things where it's Adam Sandler. You know what you're getting yourself into. It's gonna be very funny. It's amazing. Airheads is a good movie. Yeah, I need to see that, Foreigner. That's what another guy was telling us too. But I mean, it's Adam Sandler. You're gonna watch it.
Is it true that he made this movie as like a fuck you because of the fact that he wasn't nominated for an Oscar for Uncut Gems?
So in Uncut Gems, when he did not get nominated, I think it was it the first round, the People's Choice or the Globes or whatever.
It
When
had
he
to-
didn't get nominated.
It would have been like Globes or Oscars,
Yeah.
I'm assuming.
When he didn't get nominated, he said he was going to make a movie so bad to punish everybody,
Mhm.
and then Hubie Halloween came out. So
okay.
there is speculation that that is the movie that he was going to make that was so bad,
But it's so good.
but it's so good.
Yeah.
Like, it's so funny to me that he put that much, like, they put so much thought into this movie to make it this perfect
Mhm.
that it is perfect. But guys, you're going to go watch it because it's Adam Sandler. It's plain and simple. How am I doing, Vo?
Doing great.
Thanks. How am I doing, chat? You're all kings. We're all kings.
We're all kings.
Everyone's a king. Adam Sandler's a king.
If you could be a king for today, today's the day.
Today is the day.
Mhm.
I love it. Is there any other reason, Vo, you would say to watch Hubie Halloween since you've seen it one time?
Since I saw it one time, it was a good Halloween film. It wasn't
Stop
too,
saying that. It's a good fucking film.
It's a good film.
Thank you.
All right. Let's move on. Let's move on to ranking number 2.
All right. Radical ranking number 2 coming at you. Thank you. We're all killing it, King. Let's go into number 2, and it is Reasons to Love Adam Sandler. So, yes, Rook, there you can actually vote on me to be the new king. Actually, you know what we should? I should just donate a bunch of money and be like, Austin, listen, we just made so much money off this episode that you're just off the show.
You're
Like-
just suspended
It-
forever.
He's not going to watch it, so
Donate like 5,000 bits and like 10 subs.
Yeah.
Like, Austin, this data
we
is
killed it.
you're just
yeah.
off
Yeah,
the show.
I mean, we might have to consider taking you off 2 beers deep at this point too. See how this works
This is
out.
your new show.
Yeah.
Let's do it, man. Reasons to love Adam Sandler. So I called my dad before the show to tell him that we were suspending Austin, so HR knew. He does not love Adam Sandler. He does not love guys that are in the comedy realm. Just not a big comedic actor guy.
Mhm.
Adam Sandler's different.
Adam Sandler's very polarizing, I feel like. You either love him or you hate him.
I don't understand anybody that could ever say they hate him.
I think it's because there's too many people that take the fact that his movies just aren't that, great. So maybe that plays into it.
Yeah.
I mean, that's fair, but you also got to understand that the dude says, I want to make this movie, and it gets made every single time. And you got to understand, Grind Project, give it the 500. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Thank
My
you,
man,
kind
thank
sir.
you.
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
Oranger.
Rook says keep Austin as a
Court
jester. I don't
That's
hate
not a
that.
bad idea.
Thank you, King. Thank you, King. No, yeah, I get that, but also you got to understand that like there's an art to it. Plus, he is, I would say, top 5 most successful SNL members ever. I'd say
Yeah,
Steve Martin's up there. Dan Aykroyd's up there.
Well, Steve Martin was never an original cast member. He was always like a guest.
Well, I'm just
He's just saying on
yeah,
SNL,
just
right?
like on SNL.
Oh,
That,
okay.
yeah, that didn't host or whatever. But
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
right. You're right. But there's obviously some massive names that came through there.
I mean, Eddie Murphy's like number 1 for
Yep.
me, my opinion. But you're
Totally
right,
fine with that.
especially because Adam Sandler also he was so good in the early on movies that he created an entire production studio. That's basically what all of his movies come
I mean, it's
from.
literally called Happy Madison.
Basically,
like,
yeah.
It's amazing.
Mhm.
Terrific. So let's dive into 5 reasons that you should love Adam Sandler. Number 5 gets into his family stuff. 1, 2, 3, 4, 500 bits from Rook.
Thank you, King.
Thank you, Rook. You're a king.
We call you Rook,
We're
but
all
you're a king.
kings.
It's a chess joke.
Oh.
5 reasons to love Adam Sandler. Number 5, he makes movies where he wants to vacation. He made 50 First Dates because he wanted to go to Hawaii.
Yeah.
He made Blended because he wanted to travel. Oh my
Oh,
God!
hype
The rank
train.
king!
Hype train!
now. It's the ranking.
Oh no, he's watching now.
With 500 bits.
Oh, no.
Aren't you supposed to be in training? What are you doing?
Yeah, he's suspended.
Ah,
He's not
Yeah,
in training.
that's true.
suspended.
No longer training.
Suspended. 94% through a level 1 hype train, ladies and gentlemen. You guys are awesome. Got 4 minutes to get to level 2 of the hype. Ping with 100 bits. Is that enough?
Oh, we're at 99.
Oh!
When was the last time there was a
Thank you,
hype
Ping.
train with Austin being the king?
Ooh.
Just saying.
Foreigner says, what up, Austin? Austin, we're all kings, baby. We're
We're
all
all
kings.
kings.
All
tonight.
kings.
Adam Sandler makes movies where he wants to vacation. He made what was the one with Drew Barrymore in Africa?
That was blended.
Was that blended?
I think that was blended, yeah.
Then there's another one he made that was
Well, just go with it.
just
Did
go
he
with
travel?
it. Yeah, yeah. Sorry, your favorite movie of all
It's
time.
not my favorite. It's one of the good ones.
The
But-
poster was in our dorm room. I can't confirm it was his favorite.
That's what he did with all his later movies. Is he said, "Where do I want a vacation?" I mean, Ridiculous Six. I
Yeah.
showed you a clip from that today. It's out in the West. He started making his movies around what he wanted his family to do. Murder mystery. They go to Greece. It's like boom.
That's such a baller thing, but also
Totally.
kind of sucks that you're on vacation, but yet you have to work at the same time.
Yeah, but also I guarantee he spends like 3 months there working, and then
Mm.
they stay another like 5 months.
Yeah.
Like he's
That's
just
fair. Yeah.
he is just the smartest man when it comes to that shit. Think about it. I'm gonna go here, shoot a movie that everyone's just gonna love because I'm me, but also I'm just gonna hang out with my family and my best friends, and we're all part of the movie.
Yeah. That's true.
Genius.
And the best friend part makes it worth it either because he always has his friends in every single movie.
Every single one.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Number 4 reason to love Adam Sandler. This one probably could be a little bit higher, but I adore the next 3. He is a comedic genius. Think about Adam Sandler's early years when he was the songwriter on SNL.
Yeah.
Think about him as a musician. Think about him as a stand-up comedian. Think about him. Oh, posture check from
Posture
Rook.
check.
Appreciate that. Normally
King's
that's
always
Frost.
got to be
Ooh,
posterific.
my spine is bad, boys.
Just cracked mine.
I know. But he's a comedic genius, guys. He's one of those brains that, like, it doesn't have to be this crazy thing. Like, I love bedtime stories. I love Cobbler. I like really weird movies out there that give him a little bit of range. But when it comes to making people laugh, I don't think there's another person that genuinely makes me laugh the way Adam Sandler does.
And that's fair because he kind of, especially in his early years, kind of figured out what it was that niche thing that the majority of people enjoy with comedy. Like Billy Madison was his first, I think it was his first starring role, and it just kind of makes sense because there's that almost dumb sophomore humor that, but it just makes people laugh and it feels good.
Rooks brought out phone, wallet, keys.
Oh
Phone,
god.
wallet, keys. And it's amazing. Phone, wallet, passport, laptop, keys, and just keeps adding. And it's genius.
It is
It is perfect.
I
But-
do the check all the time without even realizing it.
Yeah. And then the Diwali song played in The Office too. He wrote the Diwali song.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. I mean, he is a very, very smart guy when it comes to how to make everyone laugh in the
Yeah.
room, and I mean everyone.
Also, the fact too that this might be on the different side, but that song about Chris Farley too was great. It was
He did I'm sorry, keep going.
no, it's
King.
but that was one of. But
going,
even though
King.
he turned such a sad thing into something that also made you laugh
Yes.
and was just so freaking enjoyable, that was perfect.
One of my favorite things he had ever done was SNL with Andy Samberg before, or I guess it was after, or it was around the time they did That's My Boy. They did a song about all the time someone on SNL was breaking character. It
Oh,
was for,
that's
like,
good.
the
That's
200th
I remember
episode
that.
or
Yeah.
whatever, or millionth episode. Typo comes in with the tier 1 sub. A gifted to Ty
There we
Pingree.
go. Thanks, Kings.
Thanks, Kings.
Ping, you are officially a king now.
Welcome, King. Thank you, King. Appreciate
Welcome
you
to the
guys.
kingdom.
But he did a song about people breaking character in SNL. It was amazing. So let's go to number 3. I think that this is one of the absolute more wholesome reasons that you should love Adam Sandler. And this is what I told my mom to make her love Adam Sandler. Adam Sandler casts his family in every movie, and they do really well. His 2 daughters have been in, I want to say they were in Grown Ups as younger, but I can't remember if they were both in Grown Ups. I know that the young man that passed away from Disney was one of his children in Grown Ups.
Yeah.
He had the daughter who was, I believe, his youngest. But anyways, he has them all in Hubie Halloween, and his wife is, look up her IMDb if you could. She has been in, like, every Adam Sandler movie, Jackie Sandler.
She was always like she was never like an actual, like,
Not
famous
a
member.
lead or anything.
Not a lead or
no.
anything, but she was just always a cameo.
Well, he
right?
would always kiss the beautiful, crazy woman. But, like, go down to all her movies and everything. Filmography. Keep going. Right there. She's in Hubie Halloween, The Wrong Missy, Murder Mystery, Deported, which I don't know if I've seen that one.
Sandy Wexler.
Father of the Year, The Week of, Sandy Wexler, The Do-Over, Ridiculous Six, Pixels, excuse me. Blended, Grown Ups 2, Paul Blart Mall Cop,
Hotel Transylvania.
Hotel Transylvania, That's My Boy,
choose a
Zookeeper, Just Go With It, Bucky Larson, Grown Ups. Look at all of that shit.
And then not even thinking
Big
about
Daddy too.
Yeah, well, think about all the other ones that are just Happy Madison productions, like
Yes.
Paul Blart. Trying to think, Bucky Larson is in that too.
Benchwarmers.
Benchwarmers, yeah.
King of Queens.
Mm-hmm.
Chuck and Larry.
It's amazing when you look at the fact that, like, not that she's being carried or anything crazy of that nature, but he's like, no, my wife's in this movie.
Yeah.
And they're like, dope. Like, where are we putting her? And she does really well. In Murder Mystery, she is the air stewardess at the bar.
Oh.
Oh yeah.
So, you know what I mean? Like, little things like that where you're like, oh, fuck, that's his wife. And he posts about her all the time, and he just adores his family, and it is awesome. We also just got Tier 1 or Level 1 Hype Train emotes. They're all dogs, guys. Can we get some kings? Spam some dogs in the chat if we could. As we go to number 2.
If you are a king, you love dogs. Just saying.
Spam the dogs, kings.
Can't
Yes.
confirm.
Number 2 reason you should love Adam Sandler, he is a god at basketball.
See, this
God.
I never believed this at first, but Grown Ups made me believe it. He
So-
he
Yeah,
can
he was good in
he can ball.
Grown-Ups.
Yeah.
He has some actual clips out of him on the court, him doing passes. He balls the way somebody his age would ball, which is nothing crazy, but, like, he plays basketball the same way I do, which is, like, I'm not necessarily a good shooter. I'm decent at defense, and I really know how to get the guy that's good open.
Yeah.
Like, I love being the point guard because I don't have to score. I just dish the ball off. There's the puppy.
There we
go. Woof, 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 woof.
I have a funny feeling too that Adam Sandler has definitely played basketball with NBA players before.
Yes, 100%.
He had
and
to
he's
have.
good.
I
His
believe it.
fits, too, for basketball are crazy outfits.
They should have put him in the new Space Jam. Like how Bill Murray was in the first one.
Did
Should've
you
been
watch
Adam
the new
Sandler.
Space Jam?
No, I'm saying they should. I mean, we don't know yet.
Well,
I mean, you already
That's
ruined Shaq
very-
in a movie. Are you ruining
I
Yeah.
this is actually what I'm excited to see in theaters. So like, come on.
I
Space
love
Jam?
Yes.
Adam Sandler being good at basketball. It is wholesome. He plays pickup all the time. There was a TikTok of people that chased him from a diner because they thought it was him, found him at a pickup game, stopped the game, and we're like, we just wanted to say hi. And this all correlates too with the fact that fans love him. And he's very real with his fans. Some guy I think it was a guy and a girl were running down the street chasing his car, and he made his driver pull over to get a picture with them. Like, he does not take being famous for granted. He doesn't hide from it. He loves it.
That's awesome to hear too, because he could have very, very easily become shallow and be a dickish and
Yeah,
kind of
yeah.
like fuck them off or anything like that. But the fact that he's actually willing to be appreciative towards the audience that gave him so much is awesome, because you don't see that from a lot of actors.
Which takes us to number 1, which is that Adam Sandler has never changed. You never heard a bad story about Adam Sandler. You never heard anything negative. He takes pictures. He signs autographs. He's wholesome.
Yep.
These golf clips were hilarious and just amazing. He gets that he is kind of the joke, but also in a very appreciated part of the joke. And he just has embraced it his entire life, and I love it, man.
He has a very self-aware mindset too. Like, he knows the type of role that people expect him to be, but he's also willing to continue that because that's just who he is.
He's one of those people that you have to say his full name every time you talk about him.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
oh, it's an Adam Sandler movie. It's not a Sandler. It's not,
Sandler,
you know
it's
what I
not
mean?
Adam. Yeah.
But I think
yeah.
to him, he's just Adam.
Yeah.
And it's not like this weird, pretentious thing. And that's why everyone will crap on some of his movies that aren't as good. But, like, the dude is an absolute stud. He's a comedian. And I think the fact that he's still the same kid that was on SNL is amazing.
Yeah.
I
And the fact is, like, we still watch all his movies.
Yes.
Like,
We
to
still
this day.
rewatch
From-
Happy everything.
Yeah, Happy Gilmore. Anytime
Billy
you want to watch
Madison's,
that,
yes.
yeah,
Like,
you're always watching the movies.
you can always rewatch his movies, and you're still laughing just as hard as you did back then.
He's kind of like our generation's Eddie Murphy in a weird way.
1, 2, 3, 4, 500 bits from Rook. Thank you, King. I don't hate that. I think that
I think the generation before us was Eddie Murphy's
okay.
because of the fact that that was when he was in his prime on SNL.
Yeah.
And that was when he started to become popular. Like Beverly Hills Cop
Coming to
and Trading
America.
Places, Coming to America. That was in the 80s.
Yeah.
I was like right around that time.
I
So
agree.
I think the 90s, that was our thing. Like, I'd say Adam Sandler and Jim Carrey are kind of ours in that way. But
Okay.
obviously from the SNL perspective, it's Adam Sandler.
I don't hate that. Vo, any thoughts on this ranking?
You should love Adam Sandler.
Thank you.
He proved it. The King proved it tonight.
Shots fired, Chip. Let's
Oh, yeah,
dive.
Chip doesn't like him.
I just think that he's not a
He hasn't seen Hubie Halloween.
has
He
not
hasn't
seen
seen
That's
Hubie
why.
Halloween.
Once you watch that, Chip
Chip
you'll
might actually
appreciate
throw
him.
up if I made him watch.
I
Hubie
feel
Halloween.
that's kind of that because I feel like Chipper is going. He's seen so many Adam Sandler movies that are quote unquote horrible that it's just kind of left a bad taste.
Oh,
Oh
God.
no.
Oh no, I play hockey. My name's Ryan.
Is that what I sound like?
Is that what I sound like?
Keep talking. I'm gonna get it.
It's something like that. Yeah.
Say something.
Vo's better than Derek.
Vo's better than Derek.
Greg sucks.
Greg sucks.
We miss Austin. Just kidding.
Just kidding.
He has such a depressive
Oh, I
type
got-
of voice.
I
and
got
all that,
long
too.
Mocking
hair,
you
and
now.
I hit it top shelf, and I got
Top
lettuce,
shelf,
and
got lettuce in
I
my
put
flow.
tape on my stick, and I rubber gang and good gates and stuff.
He likes
bro.
to say I'm a ginger beard,
I
but
have
he's
ginger beard.
Yeah.
You know.
I drink Labatt.
Yeah, I can't remember the fact that my girlfriend had a really cool impersonation of the Used, and my friend
Yeah.
saw
bad
it and thought it was
Vo.
dope.
Bad
and
Vo.
she wanted to be a part of the conversation, but I can't remember it because I'm Vo in hockey.
Bad Vo.
And
Come on.
gnarly
Spot
lettuce.
on.
Yeah.
Spot on. Yeah, you nailed it.
Let's get to the great debate. Spot on. You nailed it. Got an interesting one for you guys. I was gonna.
Oh, what?
I was just gonna.
Thumbs up.
Oh, sick. Damn, you got better as you went on. Thank you, Foreigner. Guys, the great debate is that there is no debate. There is no better comedy actor than Adam Sandler. And what we're going to do right now is discuss some other actors that potentially have portfolios that may match Adam Sandler or something like that. But when you think about, he started as a comedian, he went to SNL, songwriter, started as an actor, then a producer, writer, director, owning his own production company. Now he's made, think about the amount of money he's made all those other actors. It is an amazing career that he has put together, and I don't think that there is a comedy actor that has the same portfolio.
I think when you push into the producer, the writer, owning his own studio part, that's
He's
where.
the LeBron James of comedy.
Yeah, that's where he sets himself apart.
Yeah, that's fair. When you put in all those other additional accolades to it, he has to be up there just because of the fact that he's gone above and beyond what we would consider most comedic actors are. Because in the grand scheme of things, most great comedic actors in some sort of way probably don't get over that niche of taking their talents and just creating their own studio and deciding to do their own movies. But in terms of actual better comedy, though, I feel like I can name a few over Adam Sandler.
Uh-oh.
Try.
Bill Murray, Robin Williams, Chevy Chase, Eddie Murphy.
When's the last time any of them made a movie? Because Hubie Halloween came out last year.
Oh, my God.
Done. No, I mean, obviously Bill Murray is one of the greatest.
When you talk about
comedic.
cultural icon, Bill Murray is in there.
100%. And I think that's totally fair, but I also think there's an essence of Bill Murray that is larger than life, where Adam Sandler's a man of the people. Chevy Chase, I think people our age don't understand how God-sent he was. Like how massive he was.
I think
Yeah,
Chevy Chase was ahead of his time, too, and I also think that
People call him the guy from Hot Tub Time Machine. Well, I guess there's
Yeah.
Christmas Vacation, but like,
Right.
Caddyshack is one of the greatest
Yeah.
movies
It's
ever.
my favorite movie of all time, so I understand that. I mean, Rodney Dangerfield, that's how I was introduced to that, so yeah. But I think Chevy Chase was ahead of his time, and because of that as well, it also ruined him because I always heard after the fact, but just how much of a, just an asshole he was as he got older. But that makes sense because I think he just had this
I love it.
curmudgeon type
Yep.
of mindset to the world.
And who else did you name?
Robin Williams.
Rest in peace, clearly.
Yes, absolutely.
I think that Robin Williams has had some extremely iconic roles, but I will say that I don't think. So let's name some of his best roles.
Okay. Genie, of course. I will throw Mrs. Doubtfire in there, even though I can.
And,
I would throw Goodwill.
Captain Hook.
Captain Hook. No, he was Peter Pan.
Well, he was in the movie. Hook.
That's true.
Yeah, I love Hook.
I'll throw Goodwill Hunting in there as well because
Agreed.
that
That
was
was
like his
good.
transition into it wasn't his full-on transition, but like it was his like understanding that he could be more than just a comedic guy.
I have not seen Good Morning Vietnam.
Good Morning Vietnam's great. There's some other
What's
ones too.
the one where he's the kid that's huge? It's called
Jack.
Mark.
Jack.
Jack's good. Patch.
Well, Adam Sandler did the sequel, Jack and Jill.
Is it really the
Oh
sequel,
my
though?
God.
Flubber. He was in Flubber.
Flubber. Patch Adams. It wasn't a bad movie, but like he kind of like was able to do some comedic wits to it as well.
Here's one actor of our generation who I believe.
Mork. Yep, Mork. I'll throw in there as
Mork.
well, Chipster. Thank
Call
you.
Chip.
Um,
An actor of our generation that I believe deserves to be in this conversation because of his off the beaten path way of getting there. Seth Rogen.
Okay.
Oh no, yeah.
So think about his career. He wrote Freaks and Geeks. He wrote Superbad in high school. Was a part of that. He now owns a giant marijuana plant in California. He produces accessories for home. He's won awards. He just actually came out and said that he's no longer working with James Franco after the sexual assault stuff that came out, which is interesting because they were best friends for a very long time.
I can also remember.
Talking Fipo just said James Franco, Seth Rogen.
Yeah.
I can remember Seth Rogen's transition to be the like powerhouse that he was, because I remember him in Anchorman when he was like just a cameraman for Veronica. Then he goes to 40-Year-Old Virgin where he's one of the buddies, and then he goes to Knocked Up where he's a leading guy.
So many secondary things that he like wrote, and it's amazing to see what he was all a part of. Yeah, Chris Rock is a very good one.
Will Ferrell I would have to throw in there as well.
Will Ferrell, yeah, that's the other guy that Chipster hates. Will Ferrell deserves to be there. But when you look at the progression of Adam Sandler and the fact that I think out of all of the movies that we named, I would still probably rather watch Happy Gilmore. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, not shitting on any of them by any stretch of the imagination. Caddyshack is amazing.
Caddyshack's amazing.
We're talking about a lot of it. I don't think he was better, more of an honorable mention. No, guys, yeah, please toss in some other comedic guys because there's obviously
Steve Martin.
many.
Steve Martin I would throw in there.
What movies? Because here's the reason I'm asking. I learned of Steve Martin from Cheaper by the Dozen.
That's what I was gonna say. Cheaper by the Dozen.
So it was kind of like I didn't really know who he was, and I was like, oh, that's where I put him.
Okay, so the reason that first off, Steve Martin is known for SNL is because of the fact that I think he's hosted SNL more than anyone.
Yes.
That's like how the five Timers Club was started because of him. Steve Martin, he was more famous for being stand-up, and then his feature film debut was The Jerk. I don't know if you ever saw it. It was like it was made in the 80s, I believe, but that was like the one that he really broke out into mainstream type stuff. The Three Amigos with him, Chevy Chase, and
that's a good one, Rook.
who the hell's
The other guy.
I can't remember the other guy.
The other guy.
Literally, he's just always the
No,
other
yeah, it's Steve Martin's like best friend, like, Martin Short.
Martin Short, yeah.
Oh, Father of the Bride, great movie,
Yeah.
great movie.
Rook
Oh,
writes,
the Pink Panther.
Yeah,
forgot about that one.
Inspector Clouseau was great.
Rook writes in, what about Chris Tucker? I only really, and this is going to sound disrespectful, know Chris Tucker from Rush Hour.
Rush Hour, yeah.
And he was electrically amazing in that. I love it.
Friday.
Good. Touche.
Oh.
I stand corrected.
Smokey's amazing.
I also want to write in honorable mentions Will Smith, Martin Lawrence. Not together, but just the names. Will Smith obviously went into very, very grand actor role, so comedy wasn't always there. Martin Lawrence, Black Knight, I think is one of the most underappreciated comedies in the human history.
Yeah. Steve Carell, I'll throw in there too.
Steve Carell?
I'll throw in there too.
Jim Carrey, we talked about him earlier in the show.
Yeah.
Jim Carrey be a good
Jim
one.
Carrey, what sucks about him is that he was the first one to really take a chance on trying to cross over into a different territory.
Was it with 24 or whatever?
Yeah, the number 23.
23? Okay.
Yeah, that was the one. He tried to go horror.
Just a Kobe guy.
Which, by the way, Godspeed to Chris Rock. I hope he does well with Spiral because that's like the big transition for him.
So good.
That's the big one for him. Woody Harrelson,
Woody Harrelson has had.
maybe.
I
Depends.
think that Kingpin. Is
Kingpin's
one of the best
great.
Movies, but Bill Murray
Bill
kind of
Murray,
carries
baby.
the comedy. Woody Harrelson is amazing as an actor, and I adore him. Shout out to Carnage. Excited to see that.
God, I can't wait for that.
David Spade.
So it's tough to pick the. I like it, and there's a lot of
It's
guys
decent.
in that because Kevin James.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But a lot of that is part of it. And so there was an old thing where I thought this was the funniest idea ever. When This Is the End came out, there was a sequel idea posted on Reddit that basically, because that was like in real time, the sequel of that movie should be Seth Rogen and all his guys are at the movie premiere, and like then over there's Adam Sandler and all his guys. Over there's like another group of actors that are always together because there's these little pockets of actors.
Right, yeah.
And basically, one person who they were like, we don't know who it is. I would probably make it Jeff Goldblum. Takes all of these groups of actors, puts them on a planet, and they do Hunger Games.
Oh.
And so you have
that'd
Seth
be
Rogen,
amazing.
James Franco, Jonah Hill, Bill Hader, or whatever.
You're basically making Jeff Goldblum the Grandmaster. And like that one.
And then over here you have, Adam, or not Adam Sandler because I already said that, but you have these groups of guys like you have Will Ferrell and one with his, you know what I mean,
God.
like with Paul Rudd and the guys
Steve
from
Carell,
Anchorman.
yeah.
So It's
that would be amazing. That'd
yeah,
be a great movie.
it's one of those things where it's just like that concept, and they were naming all of them. And I can't think of them all right now, but all the combos of comedy people. Like you would bring in Steve Martin and Dan Aykroyd and the older guys,
right.
and like the SNL younger cast members could be in it, and they die first because they suck or whatever. Yeah,
That'd be
no, that
great.
concept always stuck with me. I was like, that is an amazing
Yeah.
thought.
Ryan Reynolds.
Ryan
Oh
Reynolds.
man.
Ryan Reynolds is a tough one, right?
Ryan
Because
Reynolds is a treasure in many ways. First off,
he is an icon. I don't know about strictly. He is a comedic actor, and he's a comedic person, but he's now a personality.
Waiting is one of the most disgustingly funny movies I've ever seen in my life.
I like the one with Sandra Bullock too.
Proposal?
Yeah, I thought
that's
that
not
was
bad.
good. Deadpool, clearly one of the
Clearly.
best superhero movies of all time.
There was a commercial for X-Men Origins Wolverine when I was watching TV, and I felt a chill down my spine.
Yeah, no, I adore Ryan Reynolds. Everything he does, all his companies are absolutely amazing. I
High
love
key
Aviation
cookies,
Gin.
baby. Love that shit.
See how Greg and I are different? He took a snack that's healthy, and I took Aviation Gin. So, Hitman's Bodyguard. I need to see that one, and I need to see they're coming out with the Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard, which is the sequel to it. So I need to see that. I'm excited to see. What's the one where he's the gamer? He's the character.
Free Guy.
Free Guy. I'm excited to see.
How's
Free
that
Guy.
not come out yet? Because that's been like
COVID, man.
Oh my god.
How was hold on before you attack him. How has Black Widow not come out yet?
That's true as well. How is the King's
Motherfuckers.
How's the King's Man not come out yet? Me and my brother have been waiting for
Oh,
that for
that's gonna
years.
look so good.
Oh.
Let's dive into though tonight's final ranking. This one's gonna be controversial.
I feel
But
like
we're all fucking kings, baby.
shit's about to get real now.
I know. All right, ladies.
Want to introduce it before I switch it?
Guys, the official ranking, we're going to do the top 10 Adam Sandler movies, not named Hubie Halloween.
Very specific tonight.
On the record, it's because Hubie Halloween is the best. Off the record, I didn't want it to be known where I rank it. I don't.
You're leaving it up and ended. I like that.
I don't want people to know where I rank it. Hitman's Bodyguard is one of the favorite all time. I'll have to watch that, Rogue. That's a good one. Oh yeah.
No.
Fucking typo wants a commercial. We're gonna take a commercial break. I'm gonna open
just
up.
because you want,
Yeah, no.
just because you want a commercial,
Let's
yeah.
do commercial.
Commercial
break.
Hi, I'm Josh. I like pizza. Do you like pizza?
When the moon heats your eyes like a big pizza pie.
We've let it coagulate. Show Greg. King of coagulation there.
Coagulation is key.
Homemade Greek ranch.
Do you like watching people eat pizza? Help me, because I'm on the quest to find the best pizza in Pittsburgh.
Hand-forged pizza. Bit Vici. That's amore.
Make sure you're sending in your recommendations for the best pizza in Pittsburgh, because I'm gonna go, I'm gonna try it, I'm gonna hold it to my standards.
It's the aftertaste is the barf. It's where the barf comes
Oh
in.
yeah. I agree. It's Bob Pizza.
Can your favorite pizza place pass the test? Find out.
Let's dive right into sports, as I have strong opinions on that. Which college team could beat a professional team in the same sport right now?
Okay.
There is not a single answer that is better than the LSU Tigers defeating the Cincinnati Bengals.
Even if I know the pitch that's coming, every other part of me is still normal.
That's why it's frustrating for me, Greg.
It's like okay, if I know what something is coming, I know ahead of time. I still have to be able to do the action to get the result that I need.
Okay, so they won 3 games in 10 years with 3 rebuilds.
I don't lose at arguments. All right.
Especially about fast food, so yeah.
You will never walk alone. Guess what? Now you will. Coronavirus.
I barely touch my girlfriend's cat. The most I'd be willing to do is like just kind of put my finger on its forehead and just like.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, with us is Alex Kazor from Steelers Depot. We are live with Ryan Smith, professional cornhole player in the ACL. Ryan, what all franchise were you able to work with in the NHL?
With Phoenix, Carolina, and Detroit.
So here is Moorhead's ranking. Moorhead is my cousin. He is the rank king.
Higher
Top 10 extra Power Rangers.
Whoa.
This is the top 10 emo songs of the 2000s.
There's only one correct answer for number one. Why is F is for Family better than Futurama when Futurama is like Star Wars for potheads? Like
I know.
Well,
We have one or two that are mad in the chat.
You're welcome for that.
Okay, we're gonna get banned.
I hope your brother enjoyed those commercials. Talking FIPO. All right, guys, we're going to do the best Adam Sandler movies not named Hubie Halloween. I did this for two reasons. The real reason is because it is number one, so that would have given it up. Second reason is because I didn't want anyone to know. Pog, he loved them. So did I.
I thought you just said you
Talking
wanted to leave
FIPO.
it ambiguous, though.
I already said it on live.
Alright.
Here we are, man.
Here we are. We're
We're
live.
just in too deep
It
now.
should be number one. It will be number one, but it also, you guys don't deserve to know where Hubie Halloween is. So number 10. Let's do it, guys. The top, and this one, so let's, hold on, Kings. I know this is going to be controversial because we all have different opinions on Adam Sandler movies. I want everyone at home, I'll give them 10 seconds. Go get a piece of paper and a pen, and then take a picture and tweet at Thoughts on the Bench your Adam Sandler list.
Oh, good. That's
Or
a good
just,
idea.
you can
Good
write
idea.
it on Twitter or whatever, I don't care.
Yeah, just
But
tweet it at us.
let's all count to 15. And go get a pen and paper. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Welcome back, Kings.
Yeah.
Welcome back, Kings. So, guys, I want you to write down your top 10. We'll have 3 honorable mentions, and then I want you to tweet them at Thoughts on the Bench after the show. If you tweet it before, I'm going to delete it. I'm not going to delete it. I love you guys. All right,
Yeah.
number 10.
We wouldn't do that to Kings. Come on.
Let's dive into it. Number 10. This is one that I'm not a massive fan of, but I love the character, and a lot of people love it, and I like the concept. Little Nicky, number 10.
So is it more because you like the character, or was it because of the movie?
It's a good... You don't have Twitter. Okay, if you have Instagram, you can...
Instagram, Facebook,
Yeah.
whatever
Right.
you have.
Do
Mail
an
it to
Instagram
us.
story. Add us. We'll reshare it. We have Facebook. Or you can, whatever you feel like, Brooke.
Yeah.
I like the character of it. Like, it's, I don't know, it's just like a really weird movie, but I
it's
love
a
the
very weird movie.
Yeah, but I like the
Very weird.
storyline.
Yeah.
It's solid, and it's like one of his weaker of the old great Adam Sandler movies.
Yeah.
Like, the older Adam Sandler movies are so amazing. This is one of the weaker ones of that, but it does deserve top 10 ranking.
Yeah. There's the two things that I love from this one are the cameos. The first one is Dan Marino wanting to win another ring, and and the devil won't give it to him. The second one is Hitler's punishment of getting a pineapple shoved up there. So it's like, it's pretty great when you think about it.
Morgan believes it should be higher.
We actually watched this the other night.
Oh, was that wasn't your first time watching
No,
it? right?
I've seen it before, like when I was younger, but it wasn't one of my favorites, so I probably only saw it a couple times.
What do you think on the rewatch?
It's still weird. It's still a weird one. But I think it's one of her favorites.
Okay.
definitely.
All right. Well, apologies, Morgan. You better send us a list, or else I'm gonna be mad now, King. We're all
King.
kings.
Yes,
We're
all
all
kings.
Number 9. I think one of the most quoted of the movie in like a weird way. Like they're all so. I guess I shouldn't say most, but they're all so effing quotable. But Mr. Deeds, number 9, has some of the funniest scenes. I mean, you have the is it anchovy and Oreo pizza or whatever? You have
French fries and Oreos.
French fries and Oreos.
French fries and Oreos.
You have the Hawaiian Punch fountain. Like you have John McEnroe. I love that scene so much. Mr. Deeds with the black foot.
Yeah.
Here comes the black foot, and just crunching through.
Frostbitten foot.
Estevez, the really fast guy. The employee that ends up becoming spoilers.
I
Spoiler. The
I
butler?
think
Yeah,
He's
yeah,
a
yeah,
butler.
yeah.
Yeah, I think it's.
Is it like
I think
now
it's
I'm thinking
Estevez.
of Esteban.
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 Is it?
Esteban. I think it's
No,
Esteban.
that's
That's
Sweet
from
Life with
Sweet
Zach and
Life.
Cody.
Uh,
Let's see, Mr. Deeds.
yeah, I cannot remember the name of.
He is Emilio Lopez.
Emilio. Okay.
Emilio Lopez.
Okay.
Yeah, I just love this movie, man. I think that Mr. Deeds is wholesome. It's fun when he takes her to the house that she described, and she like,
Oh,
we built
that's-
this house." No, I built this house,
Yeah.
and it's like, no, her grandpa built this house. Like, amazing writing.
Yeah. This is also probably of all the
Very,
movies.
very sneaky.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying this right here. I've never been a fan of Winona Ryder at all.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so this is kind of like the weakest in terms of like the leading lady that he's worked with, in my opinion.
I think she. I can't really remember. I mean, I loved her in Stranger Things, obviously.
Yeah, but
that's way down the road. But
Mhm.
I mean, I thought she was a tremendous actress in this. I just, not a massive yes or no. I think that Mr. Deeds deserves to be on the list very much, though.
I love the scene also where where the check that he just ends up writing it to goes to, I think, the NAACP, and the person just like has a heart attack.
Yeah. The quarterback scene really gets me too. Where he smacks him and he comes back and asks for
and
the-
his dad is like whipping him with a belt. It's great.
I love it. Let's go to number 8. I think this one, I mean, we've had some controversy, obviously, here, Kings, already. I think a lot of people have this one way higher. My list is just, my list, guys. Big Daddy. Big Daddy at 8. And we'll get into the movies that beat it. But for me, Big Daddy is extremely wholesome. I love the fact that Jon Stewart's in it. It's his main cast of guys.
I forgot that he was in it too.
Jon Stewart's the dad.
Leslie Mann's the girlfriend too,
Yep.
technically. Yeah.
And it, I love the kid. You're mad at your dad, not at me. Like, amazing. It has such funny humor in it. I guess, honestly, the real reason it's here is that it just got beat out by better movies.
That's fair. And it has like the little things too, like the rollerbladers where they put the stick out and
Yeah,
trip
the
them.
stick,
Like it's
the
just the little
McDonald's
things like that.
breakfast.
Yeah. Or the spaghetti
Yep.
can when they drop
Kangaroo
it.
song. Kangaroo song. Kangaroo song.
I also love the ending too. I
Yeah.
don't know why. I just feel like it has such a great, wholesome, happy ending with it.
I got eggs, man. Number.
Hippopotamus.
Yeah.
Hippopotamus.
I like when they put him in the rear naked chokehold, and he
Yeah.
passes out to hip hop.
He makes
hippopotamus.
Rob Schneider's character from that makes a cameo in Mr. Deeds.
Yeah.
Yeah, I completely forgot about that.
Yeah, I'll agree, Rook. Like, it's tough. It's just the rest of the movies here really, and I'll explain my reasoning behind loving all of them. Big Daddy deserves to be top 10 very clearly. Number 7, I think this is the true controversial one. I adore it because it is genuinely one of the better whodunits of all time, I think.
Yep.
Murder Mystery on Netflix. You got Jennifer Aniston. You got Adam Sandler back. You have, obviously, his wife, as we've discussed in this one before. But it's just a very, very, really well done. Have you both seen it?
Yeah, I have seen this.
I think I've seen it. Yeah, I believe I
It
have.
is. So not comparing it. I'm a massive fan of Knives Out. I've seen Knives Out probably like 50 times as well.
By the way, sequel is going to be streaming on Netflix. They got a $400 million streaming deal for that.
Cannot wait.
Which,
I
yeah,
thought
I'm
that's
excited
one
for
of the
that.
best movies I've seen in recent memory. Murder Mystery obviously is not like the same level of it, but the whodunit, figure it out
Yeah.
feeling is identical. The feeling of like you trying to figure it out in your head, who did it, is very comparable to some of the like Clue.
Yeah.
Very comparable.
Clue's a great movie. I will give them that.
Yeah, a lot better than I thought it was going to be. A lot of people like kind of hated it. Shout out to Cody, told me to watch it because I just hadn't gone around to it yet. Went home, adored it. It's just a tremendous, tremendous movie.
Yeah.
So thank you guys. I'm glad you all enjoyed with Murder Mystery. That was the one I was a little worried about.
I think it's in a good spot.
Okay,
here.
let's go to number 6. Another one that I think a lot more people loved it than I did, so I rewatched it, realized I did love it. Plus, it's got Drew Barrymore. That is The Wedding Singer. The Wedding Singer.
I mean, is Drew Barrymore the best female companion in Adam Sandler movies? Because she's been in 3, if I recall correctly. Pretty sure 3?
I would. So, yeah, I would say. I mean, yeah, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that.
She has to be because like I can't, and I think they have great chemistry.
Very much so. I love Drew Barrymore. She's just
Yeah,
okay. So we'll name blended because Shocker blended did not make the list.
Right.
Apologies. Wedding Singer and then another one later on. Wedding Singer and her, like, they just have great chemistry. That's what it comes down to. I adore her entire portfolio of work, and I think that Adam Sandler is in one of his better forms in this movie.
And it brings out a talent that we all knew that he had from SNL, being a singer.
Yes, and it is the one time he gets to use his chops. Let me know if you guys agree with that one in the chat. That is one that, I had to rewatch because I was like, I don't quite remember. I was like, yeah, no, it holds up, man. Let's get to number 5. I think that the top 5 is kind of expected.
But in the order,
the order is going to be very different.
Yeah, it depends on the person, I think.
Yeah, so let's get to number 5 because this one might ruffle a few feathers. We'll dive straight into it, guys, and that is The Waterboy.
I think this is perfectly placed right here.
They are really good friends, Dad. Drew Barrymore and Adam. The Waterboy, guys, you can't hold anything back. Everything's the devil.
Oh.
The alligator's mad because he's got all of them teeth and no toothbrush.
Yeah.
Oh. I love
This was one that was on TV the other day, and I put it on. My family was watching it.
Big Show plays Captain Insano, for God's sake.
No mercy. Oh, I didn't like The Wedding Singer as much on a rewatch. Yeah, it's not for everyone, King. If you want to leave it off your list, Foreigner, we're cool with that. Shit, my tweet send, don't check it.
We're not actively checking Twitter, don't worry.
We won't,
You got time to delete it.
Waterboy 5, I think that this is the proper place for it. It's, everyone loves the Waterboy. He's arguably the greatest fictional athlete of all time. I would put him on the draft list at least.
Love the Lawrence Taylor cameo in it, too, by the way.
And
It's phenomenal.
Bill Cowher was in
yeah.
it.
Yeah. The fact that he's just, a good old boy in the country, and what's her name?
Oh, my God.
Vicky.
Vicky Corningstone? No, that's Veronica
No, that's
Corningstone.
Veronica Corningstone.
I keep
Vicky,
saying
I can't
that
think
today.
what the last name is.
I remember the rant where he's like...
Yeah, look it up.
I remember the rant.
Vicky Valentine, she let me touch her boobies and I liked it.
Vicky
Valancourt.
Okay.
That's why I wasn't too bad. Still on board.
Even this cast had a lot of people in
Yeah,
it.
Henry Winkler.
Oh, Coach Klein is great in that.
Yeah.
Farmer Fran.
Yeah, I love
Farmer
Needle Dick.
And Rob Schneider's the one that does, you can do it!
Yep. Still on board. Feel like so far solid. Thank you, Rook. Yeah, no, there's just so much funniness in that. It's about college football. I love The Waterboy. Let's go to number 4. I don't think this is going to be properly placed on a few people's lists. I am a huge Hawaii guy. 50 First Dates.
I think the concept of this movie deserves to be top 5 alone, just because of that. Because the entire story, I feel like if you haven't seen 50 First Dates by now, then there's something wrong with you. But
well, they could have memory issues.
That's also fair.
Something
as well.
could be wrong.
That's also very fair as well. The whole concept of like just repeatedly meeting her over and over again is
her fall in love with you.
It's amazing. Yeah, it's such a great concept.
It would be weird to wake up pregnant and not
that's the part that I'm curious about too, because like the first time that she wakes up when they're on the fishing expedition and she already has a kid is like, can you imagine what that would have been like the entire time?
He also can never ever take a trip without her. It's like there's a lot of things that you don't think about that you're like, wow, that's not bad, but like that's shit you don't think about. But yeah, I think that Janae Aiko, I saw this one. Yeah, Dad. Janae Aiko did a music video called While We're Young that recreated this.
Yeah, you showed me.
I love it, and the song's beautiful. But yeah, it was funny because they did the baseball scene.
Yeah.
They did the scene where she like wakes up and beats the shit out of him in bed.
Yeah.
Also, shout out to Samwise Gamgee in this movie taking steroids and shit.
Also, the scene too where her room is just filled with egghead pictures.
Yes. I love it, man. I'm a big Hawaii guy. I love this movie, and Drew Barrymore once again. So that was the one we didn't name.
Yeah, and it's a great story, but it also has a lot of laughter in it too.
Yes.
Like funny parts. It's
when he goes with the seals and he's hanging out with the seals, the guy Rob Schneider gets bit by the shark and all that. Like just so many funny things in this one as well. Let's get I think the top 3 is very clear. Vo doesn't like one of them.
Okay.
So we'll dive into that when we name that movie. The top 3 for me is very clear of what it should be. The order is going to be different as well. Number 3, Billy Madison.
I'm okay with this because
The Cook was dope. You're right, Rogue.
I honestly like. It has its place for me, but it's not a movie that I really care to watch that much.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like there's some good moments in it. Don't get me wrong and all, but like the Chris Farley stuff's hilarious to me. But I just don't care to watch it all the time. Not my thing.
I don't hate that, but there's so many like.
There's definitely moments like
There's little quotes too that you can always throw out.
like first off, the dad from A Christmas Story is his dad, which is hilarious to me.
Yep.
Love that part. I definitely think it's hilarious too that they always have a party every time he graduates a specific grade.
Yep.
And it's like it's not just a little party. Like
Steve
Veronica Vaughn. Just like it, but they have a party every single time he graduates.
Steve Buscemi being a sniper is also hilarious to me. I will give it
the guy being what is it, the Blob, the wrestler that killed a guy because he sat on him.
Yeah.
Like it's so funny, and then you get into the fact that Norm Macdonald is in this one with him as his best friend, and like burnouts. And they're studying for the test, and Chris Farley, that is correct.
There's so many good parts in this movie.
Yeah, I think, and also the part where he correlates everything back to the puppy dog being lost and for the stock market, and he's like, "You've made everyone in this room dumber by association."
Then the O'Doyle family, O'Doyle rules.
This movie made me stop eating Twinkies, or maybe that was Ferris Bueller.
What's the scene from Twinkies and Ferris Bueller?
Was that Farley on the bus, or no, was he eating something else?
He ate the kid's sandwich.
I'm trying to remember. Like now, you got me thinking because I love Ferris Bueller, but I don't remember a Twinkie reference from there. Yeah, I can't.
Oh, is that when Farley was stripping when he was studying
with the Twinkies?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
What was the scene you're talking about, Rook?
Yeah, because now I'm thrown off by this.
Zombieland's the only movie I correlate with Twinkies, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I'm going to Google. Wait, no, it was in Billy Madison in 1995.
Deep-throating Twinkies.
Was it Chris Farley deep-throating? Why can't I think of it?
Yeah, I can't think of the scene that...
I'm like looking up TwinkiesInMovies.com and shit.
Yeah, I can't think of a scene where he's deep-throating Twinkies, honestly.
Twinkies in movies.
No.
I mean, there must be a thing.
5 movies where Twinkies played an important role.
See, yes, the Ghostbusters Twinkie thing I know for sure. That's obvious, but the other ones I'm not recalling.
Ghostbusters, The Jerk, Benny and John, UHF, Zombieland. That's
Yeah,
the whole
I don't
list.
know what I don't know what they're referring to. Yeah.
We'll look it up after. Billy Madison, I think, is extremely quotable, hysterical. I love the concept as well. Very strong and very young Adam Sandler. Let's go to number 2. This one's going to ruffle feathers. It is my favorite of the old ones. It is Happy Gilmore at number 2.
In terms of the old ones, this is absolutely perfect. I can watch this a lot. I think it's hilarious in so many ways. The fact that there's a Shooter McGavin account on Twitter that just repeatedly does stuff, that alone is all we need right there.
I love the Bob Barker scene. I love the fact that they get out and Abraham Lincoln standing with Chubbs at the end over the like.
Who's the guy that drives his car on the course and always yells "jackass"?
Oh, I do not know that actor.
I don't know the actor's name.
Grandma's Boy, I think.
Another underappreciated.
Comes out of Happy Madison.
Happy
baby.
Madison production.
Grandma's Boy is great.
Oh, it's so good. But oh yeah, but Happy Gilmore has just so many good things, especially on when Shooter hits the ball on the dude's foot and he has to hit it off.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God.
Oh dude, that and the I believe that's Mr. Gilmore's jacket, and like chasing him, the nail in the head at the beginning of the movie, the grandma Ben Stiller. This is the Ben Stiller character. I just Happy Gilmore. I mean, there has not been a sports movie that has made people try something more than Happy Gilmore.
I'm actually curious to know how popular golf got after this.
I would assume extremely. You know what I mean? Just because like he's out there and he's just wearing Timbs and jeans and hitting golf ball. I love the putt-putt scene. You're gonna die, clown! I think that this movie is the best of all the old ones. I will never not watch it.
Yeah, this would be my number 1.
I think that's
For
fair.
sure.
I think that's fair. Grandma's Boy was written by Brett Kirschner. Okay.
Okay.
So
okay.
yeah. Okay. Was he? I'll look that up after.
Yeah.
I want to get into it. All right. Let's go to honorable mentions.
Okay.
You almost blew it. I seen that over there.
Yeah.
Some honorable mentions that I just think are good, wholesome movies. I apologize to Vo. Let's Go With It is not on here.
Just go with it.
What'd I say?
Let's go with it.
What's what?
Let's go with me saying that.
Right.
King. I wasn't crazy about Click, but I loved the concept.
Yeah.
I think first off, in terms of the leading actresses that he's had in movie, Kate Beckinsale is right up there. Just saying. From the get-go. I think the concept is great. Christopher Walken is like the eccentric guy that's like giving him the remote is pretty great as well.
The angel of death.
Yeah. I'm looking at, I mean, Eight Crazy Nights
That's
is
cool, Brian. I like that.
Eight Crazy Nights is underappreciated, I feel
Well, and
like.
it's the only time that he was able to do voice acting, which is why I gave it an honorable mention. Plus, the songs in it are hysterical.
Oh, my
it's the
God.
only Hanukkah movie.
That's a technical foul.
And then I put in here, Click was so sad. Oh my God, Morgan. Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
I hated the ending because
the
of that.
ending's very sad.
And then I put Longest Yard in here just because I wanted to discuss it. I have never seen the original. Obviously, if you've seen the original, most people live and die by the original.
Yeah.
400 says Click was good, but it's not one you think of when you talk about Adam Sandler. 100%. I think ones that could be in here, obviously, Punch, Drunk Love.
Yep.
You could write in Spanglish. You could write in Cobbler. You could write in Bedtime Stories. You could write in
Grown-Ups.
Coneheads. You can write in Airheads. You can write in Grown Ups. You can name any movie. So I just wanted this as a conversation piece. A lot of people say the original Longest Yard was better. The one thing I will say about Adam Sandler and his Longest Yard is that it probably made the original Longest Yard almost as much money as just the
I
original
agree.
Longest Yard dropping for people renting and
I
buying.
agree, because I feel like a lot of people wanted to see the original now just for comparison's sake, and because Burt Reynolds was in both, which I think was pretty cool.
Oh, it was amazing.
Yeah.
Morrow says Sandler played one of the weaker characters. I don't hate that, but I need you to say that about Burt Reynolds in the first one as well then, because the character is the same, even though obviously a little bit updated. I think that Nelly is probably everyone's favorite as Earl Megget.
Nelly looks good as a running back, by the way.
I made him on NFL Street 2 every day.
He would have been in the major leagues. He got drafted.
That's true. I do remember
I
that.
didn't know that.
Yeah, Michael Irvin as the wide receiver.
Which is crazy.
Terry Crews, Cheeseburger Eddie as a
Eddie.
tight end. I mean, that's pretty on
I
par.
mean, bringing in all the wrestlers.
I mean, Goldberg as a middle linebacker. Come on.
Steve Austin.
Yeah, Steve Austin was the fullback that shit himself.
I broke your toy. I mean, the Great Khali, the ping pong scene with the Great Khali, I love.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm just putting it down. Just putting it down.
Yeah, you wouldn't think of Adam Sandler's character being a starting quarterback in the NFL, but then again, I mean,
From Pittsburgh too.
Yeah, from Pittsburgh. You suspend your disbelief. Although Courtney Cox as a bitch girlfriend is pretty hilarious.
I love that he locked her in the closet and just left with the coffee. Like, it's just so good.
Then she saw it on the TV, the police chase and everything.
So I just enjoyed that a lot. But guys, let's get to what I think is Adam Sandler's greatest movie. The #1 Adam Sandler movie, not named Hubie Halloween, is Uncut Gems.
He deserved an Oscar or Golden Globe nomination for this performance because this made people rethink everything about Adam Sandler.
Vo, you said you couldn't get into it, which is a lot of people have that feeling about it.
Is it because it was too much of a drama?
Was it because it was Adam Sandler in a drama?
Adam Sandler, I didn't expect this type of role in the movie. And
So, here's the 3 reasons that I adore it. 1, it's Adam Sandler.
Yeah.
2, the cast. 3, the concept. Let's go through the cast. Kevin Garnett, amazing.
I think it's the first time Kevin Garnett's ever been in a movie too.
Yes, 100%.
Which
And
he's great.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Then you get over to the fact that, and I have to pull up his name, I apologize, Lakeith Stanfield is who I was talking about
Oh,
before.
I forgot he's in that movie too.
Lakeith Stanfield is in that movie. He's in Get Out. He's in Atlanta. He's in Knives Out.
Judas and the
detective.
Judas and the
Judas
Black
and the Black Messiah. I absolutely adore Lakeith Stanfield.
Thank you for calling.
Yes. Yeah. So that's in there, and then you get into
The
Mike
Weeknd.
Francesca as Gary, as his bookie.
Oh.
Yeah, but The Weeknd plays himself.
Weeknd's in it, yeah.
Morgan, that's what I was talking to Vo about. So you guys need to give it one more shot because you need to go into it saying, I'm going into this to watch a dramatic movie.
Yeah.
This is not like Hubie Halloween is like I'm doing a bunch of other stuff. I'm throwing it on. This shit was crazy, shocking, just a new world of what it's capable of. So the other side of it is that is an actual real world. They pay people on the streets to bring up people and to become friends with celebrities, to bring them in for jewelry on the second floor of jewelry shops, and they're all pawn shops. That gambling shit is 100% real. That's the other reason I adore it, is it's very authentic to what actually was happening in the gambling world back then, as well as the jewelry world.
Yeah, the fact too that we see so many comedians try to break into like an entire genre and it doesn't maybe necessarily go so well. The fact that Adam Sandler played a role that was just so perfect for him really kind of makes this stand out even more than it should be.
Agreed. And I think that the other thing that I want to note with this movie is that I will say there are certain scenes that take way too long. So I get from that point why some people were turned off by it. there's just some scenes that I'm like, all right, the editor could have cut this. That's not an Adam Sandler thing. It's not the movie thing. It's whoever's editing it was trying to go for something, and it got to the point where, like, you never want to get to the point in a movie where you're like, all right, well, this is going on forever. Because you want to be involved,
Right,
and
yeah.
if you're thinking it's going on forever, so is everyone else. So, like, that was my only real thing, but Adam Sandler was perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect in this movie. So I would recommend everyone go give that another shot. I understand.
I'll give it another shot, but like as for number one on my list, I don't think it would have been number one. Like,
Well, you didn't like
could,
it.
Could
Silly
be a
Goose.
great movie, but like I'm saying, my list wouldn't be number one.
Well, yeah, you don't like the movie Silly
Yeah.
Goose?
Yeah.
King?
That's
Silly
what I'm
King?
saying.
Silly King.
Are you a big drama? Are you a big drama guy?
I mean, I like them, but for Adam Sandler movies, like he's more of a comedian in my eyes. So
Okay.
I
See
would
Funny
think-
People?
I did not. see
I would watch Funny People.
I would say Funny
It's about the life of a comedian.
You know what? I would say Funny People was probably the best transition for him to kind of help be able to do something like this. I'm surprised Funny People didn't make that list now because of that.
I was going to make the honorable mention, but then I wanted to throw 8 Crazy Nights in, and then somebody said click on one of the shows, and I was like, I'll hook them up, and so it's just there. But yeah, Funny People's obviously up there. You can let's go back through the full ranking. I love this movie, and Vo, you don't count. That's fair. Actually.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Let's go back through it, guys. Number
it
10, we got Little Nicky. Number 9, Mr. Deeds. Number 8, Big Daddy. Number 7, Murder Mystery, which everyone that's on Netflix go watch. Pog rank, mine is super biased. I'm excited to see it. We can look it on Twitter, too. We got Murder Mystery at 7. Number 6, Wedding Singer. Number 5, The Waterboy. Number 4, 50 First Dates. Number 3, Billy Madison. Number 2, Happy Gilmore. Number 1, Uncut Gems.
I would probably move Big Daddy and Mr. Deeds above Murder Mystery and Wedding Singer.
Did you watch Murder Mystery?
Like once.
Okay, so
But for me, like Mr. Deeds and Big Daddy are just so iconic to me. Like that's like
I don't mind it in front of The Wedding Singer.
Yeah. Like Wedding Singer, I know there's a lot of people that love that thing. I mean, fuck it, they made it a Broadway play. So there's clearly people that love the concept of that.
Sure.
But
Wait, Tuck and Fight, but did you tag us on Twitter?
yeah, because that would be the way for us to see it. But
I
yeah,
can see it on mine,
for me that's kind of how I would lean towards. Like, and aside from that, I think that top 5 is perfect. I mean,
thank you.
Yeah, like I could.
You're
see,
perfect.
You did a good job, King.
We're all perfect.
You did a good
We're all
job.
kings.
Everyone better have gone. We counted to 15, so if you don't go get a piece of paper and a pen, Kings, we're gonna be mad, Kings. Agree, was skeptical at that one, but came in solid. Thank you guys. Yeah, like I agree that there's moving here that you can do. I think the top 5 in some order is solidified.
Yeah.
Big Daddy could sneak in on some people's just because it's very wholesome. It took me a lot to not put Murder Mystery near the top. Like
You really like that one.
it's so good.
It honestly, like, it kept me guessing. Like,
right? That's the
most
thing.
movies like that, you're like, oh, I know what's gonna happen. Like that one.
Now
caught
it
you
is.
by
I will
surprise.
say, and obviously, 5. This is spoilers. 4, 3, 2, 1. It's not a crazy spoiler, but you don't get some of the information technically till the end. But there's enough breadcrumbs throughout that if on a rewatch, it all makes sense. Like the first time, I was like, well, they didn't even mention. And then I watched again. I was like, oh no, that. Blah, 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 blah. And then it's like a little of you got to assume for yourself.
Yeah.
But it's actually a really strong storyline. So, guys, if you made a list, made a ranking of your top 10 Adam Sandler movies, please send it to us. We'll post through it. Austin's ban does technically end next week, so good luck.
I don't know how the hell he got in the chat if he's supposed to be training right now.
He said
so.
he had a little window of time.
Oh, okay.
He uses burner account.
Yeah.
Really. All right. It was a pleasure being your Kings.
Good job, Kings.
Good job, Kings. Everyone clap for Kings.
Clap for the
Thank you,
Kings.
Thank you, Kings.
Guys, this has been RankKing's Court. Thank you for having me on. I'm excited for this to be the greatest show we've ever done. So super happy.
It's the awesomest show.
Well, I hope that everyone goes home and watches an Adam Sandler movie tonight.
I would, but I got a couple hockey games out.
Yeah, well, after that. Is Morgan going to your games?
Yes, she is.
Okay, well, she can watch them while
You
you're
can
playing.
watch it on the way there.
Oh, yeah, or on the way there. Guys, tomorrow, I don't think
Did you see Rook's comment?
I feel like the band should last another
I mean, potentially.
I don't believe there's new stuff dropping tomorrow, so just clips and stuff. Thursday, we got 2 Beers Deep from 7 to 9. 7 to 9.
New time, folks.
7 to 9.
We're going to keep repeating that until people remember.
7 to 9. And then Friday, obviously, we got the Vault coming out. Yep. Sunday, we got Boondock Bangarang. We'll have another episode, hopefully, of Trivia coming out. Back Monday for Draft Day. Go check out the newest episode of A Great Depression that dropped today with Brian Sykes. I think it's pronounced Sykes.
I believe so.
Yeah,
also,
he's awesome.
Saturday, Brewery Review is dropping. We're going to be at Trace Brewing. We had some, that was one of the more entertaining ones we've done.
Uh-oh.
Do you remember how entertaining it was?
I'll watch the tape. I'll watch the tape to
We
remember.
walked to bowling after. Let's say that.
I'll watch the tape to remember.
Rook says he violated his parole by being in the chat.
Oh.
I don't hate that.
You gotta talk to HR about that.
I'll talk to Chipster, you're going to call later. All right, guys, thank you so much for tuning into the RankKing's Court. This was an absolute blast. Kings, stay kings. Go watch some Adam Sandler movies.
Gavel.
You're a gavel.
Court is adjourned.